Good morning. Welcome to Brittney on the Bluff, brought to you by our fine group of sponsors. Today's Computers, Whitworth's Gift Chest Jewelers, First Community Bank, and, of course, Key Drugs right here in Poplar Bluff. A quick reminder, tonight is the River Radio Lighted Christmas Parade, rescheduled from last weekend because of the weather. You know how it was. Yeah, all that rain kind of made it dreary, and it wouldn't have been a very good parade. So we're going to do it tonight, and we should have perfect weather, a few clouds, about 35 degrees, so bundle up, come on out, enjoy yourself. Santa Claus, of course, will be taking pictures with the kids after the parade till about 9 p.m. There'll be hot drinks and baked goods at the farmers market across from the Coliseum, and we'll be awarding those trophies there just in front of the Coliseum tonight after the parade. So come on out. It's kicking off at 7 p.m., going down Ditch Road, circling around through downtown Poplar Bluff, and, of course, ending in front of the Black River Coliseum. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this for like 2 months for the parade to start. I'm so excited. Got my brand new vehicle out here, all wrapped and cool looking, so you can check it out in the parade tonight. I'm really proud of that, as you can tell. Joining me in the studio this morning from Three Rivers College, we have Mr. Jonathan Atwood. How are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
And, of course, you have brought a guest, Zach McAnaulty. And look at this stash. I might have. Do you mind if I take a picture and put it on Facebook?
Go for it.
Okay, we'll do that later on so that you can see Zach's new stash. Because it is pretty impressive.
It's epic.
It looks like you were going to star in, what was that melodrama play that they did last year?
Oh, yeah, the Egad, What a Cad.
You could have been the cad.
Twirling
with the twirling mustache. Yeah, I dig it. Boy, that's the fashion statement right now, too, isn't it?
I'm telling you what, it's something that's quite the popular item. So
isn't that crazy? Where did that start? Do you guys know? Because I have no clue.
Absolutely no idea, but when we sent him out to the schools, the kids just love it.
Oh, I bet they do, because they are all about the mustaches these days.
Everybody wants a picture with him in the stash.
That's so funny. I bet they do. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
There.
Well, guys, where do we start? Should we start talking about registration?
Well, you talked about the parade. We are going to be at the parade.
Good.
Just so you know.
Good.
We're going to have, I believe, Rocky Raider and the Spirit Squad is going to be out there.
Excellent. That'll be fun.
So that is an extra incentive to go see the parade. But, yes, we are going to talk about the fact that, you can still register for classes for spring classes at Three Rivers, and that it might be a very good idea to do so, and if you're interested, how to do so. But for the most part, that I'm going to turn over to Zach, because he's the one who knows all about that and talks to people about that all the time.
A recruiter for Three Rivers, so part of your job is selling Three Rivers.
That's right.
So
that's right. That's
so
what
you're
I
probably
do.
a good person to talk about this. So well, let's just start by talking, why in the world should we register at Three Rivers? Why? Maybe we've got some folks listening that not what you would call a traditional student age or lifestyle or whatever, but that's the benefit of Three Rivers, is you don't have to be that just out of high school student.
That's right.
To get in there and get that education going and better your life.
And I was talking to some junior high and high school students yesterday about some of this stuff, is that we realize that not everybody is meant to go on a 4-year track.
Sure.
There's so many people think about school, they think about college, they're like, okay, well, I have to get a 4-year degree. Well, at Three Rivers, that's not really the case. You don't have to get a 4-year degree. We have tons of different things that we have to offer, like our nursing program's 2 years. If you wanted to be like a green diesel technician, then you can go ahead and do that. That's a 1-year program. So we have many different things in whatever kind of area that you may be interested in, and it may not be as long as what you could imagine it to be. So we can help you, hook you up with all the kind of information to kind of get involved with all that kind of stuff and see what kind of track that you need in that area for that.
Well, Zach, since you're kind of used to talking about the recruitment part of things, do you know any statistics as far as, say I'm a high school student, and I'm going to just graduate from high school and go directly into the workplace, go right out into the marketplace, as opposed to going ahead and getting a 1 or a 2-year certificate or an associate's degree or something? What's the difference in my potential money-making ability between that extra 1 or 2 years?
Well, I know as far as with like the Green Diesel Tech program, sometimes there are students who graduate from that program who make more money than a typical teacher would in some areas whenever they get to their retirement age part. So there's some jobs to where you can go for 1 year or 2 years and you're making more than some 4-year degrees would actually
And
offer for you.
probably some people that have been out in the workplace for years.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and with things like green diesel and with for instance, our allied health and nursing programs, our graduates are commonly hired before they actually finish school. It is really, really common, especially for like our green diesel and for our nursing grads, to have it where employers are going, okay, yeah, you finish the training and you'll have a job when you're done.
There's so much demand.
There is absolutely so much demand.
And the number of qualified candidates is rather small in comparison to the demand.
Yeah.
Thus, you've got this huge advantage of
Absolutely.
not having to go through graduation, then put together resumes and go out and hit the bricks for 6 months trying to find that position you want.
Right. And for a lot of, especially the more specialized fields, your starting salary is going to be, in the $30,000-$40,000 range per year, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially for a new graduate.
Yeah, a new graduate. Who, because of the way Three Rivers works, because of our tuition and fees and everything, is not going to be carrying the debt load of necessarily a four-year student or anything like that.
Yeah, and it also kind of shows when some people think that they're going to school for 1 year or 2 years, they think, well, it's going to be something because I'm just not smart enough, or I'm just not going to be this. That's not the case at all. I mean, it really depends on what you want to do. Just because you go to school for 1 year or 2 years doesn't mean that you're less intelligent or that you're not, going the right way that you need to, But so some people have a lot of misconceptions with that because they're like, man, well, I just dumb people do that. That's completely false.
I got to be honest. I, for a long time, had the mentality that you had to get out of high school, go directly into college. You had to get that at least 4-year degree to make yourself worthwhile in the marketplace. And and I've learned since then, in particular, like Mike Rowe, I've mentioned this before, had the privilege of getting to hear him speak one time, and he really opened my eyes to a lot of ideas that I had not thought about, in the fact that if we don't have people that go into the positions that he kind of talks about, like with his shows and stuff like that, then we're going to be in trouble.
Well, yeah.
And not everybody is intended to go to college necessarily, or to go to a 4-year college. And I always thought they were.
Well, and one of the ways that I know that I look at it, and I think Zach would agree with me, is that, you take one of the graduates from our Green Diesel program. Yeah, they're not necessarily ever going to be writing a dissertation.
Yeah, but they may not want to.
Well, but what I'm saying is...
Not everybody wants to do that.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that now you take me or you, and we open up a diesel engine, and we're going to be going,
Exactly, I'm at a loss.
That it's not complicated. It's not that it's not intensive. I mean, ask our nursing students how hard our instructors work them. But it's a different kind of smart. It's a different kind of expertise. And that is needed just as much as the people who write dissertations. They're both good. But you don't want to devalue the people who can, dig into the guts of a diesel engine and figure out what makes it tick and how to make it work better.
Let's be honest. Do my nurses really need to be experts in economics? Do they really need to be thoroughly educated in world history?
No, but I would like
don't
them to
think
be
so.
thoroughly educated in nursing.
Exactly. And that's the difference in these programs, is instead of, and there's nothing wrong with general education. It makes a well-rounded person. Nothing wrong with that at all. But for the people that are going to be taking care of me when I'm in the hospital, or whenever I'm ill or whatever, I don't care if they wasted time on that.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure they know how to be an excellent nurse.
And just because, you start here, for instance, in the 2-year nursing program, we have a lot of our nursing students that then go on to 4 years, even master degrees,
absolutely, yeah.
As they progress through their careers. But it gives you that footing, it gives you that grounding, that place to start earning, to start supporting yourself, to start figuring out what you want to do, that isn't so difficult.
Yeah. And expensive.
Yeah.
You mentioned the money earlier. That's a huge, we hear news stories all the time now about consumer debt and college debt and this and that and the other, and how I feel so sorry for these young people that have spent all this money and time and gotten their 4-year or higher degree, and they're getting out of school and they've got $100,000 in debt.
Yeah.
to start out with. I mean, think how many years you have to work if you didn't spend a penny on anything else in your life just to pay your school debt.
Oh, trust me, I do.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still paying yours, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I got a few back when I was doing the education thing. I had a couple of student loans, and even with just a couple, it took me several years to get them all paid off.
Yeah.
And I don't want to devalue a four-year education.
Oh,
After
no,
all, I'm
we're
a
not at
graduate
all
of a
doing
four-year
that. Me too.
university.
Yeah.
Me too. We're not bad-mouthing our own education.
Well,
yeah, you know.
but I think what you said is the point, is that there is also this very broad need for technical skills, for that kind of specialized training, which doesn't necessarily require, again, going through the four-year convoluted path.
Right.
And you can get the experience, you can get the training, and then you can get going with your life and your career, and it's good work. It's meaningful work. It's just not necessarily glamorous work. But that's
I don't
okay.
know. I think nursing's pretty glamorous. I couldn't do it. That's the thing.
This is true.
You get these people going through the nursing program in 2 years that have way more extensive knowledge than I will ever have
This is true.
of healthcare. And I could go to college for 20 years and I still wouldn't be as knowledgeable as they are with their 2-year program.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for anybody who has that calling to take care of people, to nurse people. Thank goodness for those people.
Yeah.
I can't even give a shot.
Oh, yeah, and
There's no way I could ever do it.
And we're about to graduate another class. They're going to have their pinning ceremony this weekend, actually.
This weekend, wow.
In the tennis
Oh
center.
my gosh, I bet they're thrilled.
Oh yeah, and
Wow.
it is amazing, because you see a lot of these students, and they are non-traditional students. A lot of them. A lot of them do have their families that come up onto the stage with them. You have a lot of people who talk about it was difficult juggling life, job, family, whatever, but this let me do it. I got through it, and now I have this degree, this experience, this career I can use to help support my family and to do what I want to do. So that is something very, very rewarding and very interesting to see.
Oh, I bet. I'll bet it is. Well, Zach, so we got people listening. And I know we have new listeners all the time. You guys come in once a month, and we talk about the college and what's going on and this. And I've had people even tell me, you know what, I heard you talk about the college so much. I just signed up to be a student. I just registered. I just did this. And I'm like, yeah, that is so cool.
You're taking my job.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to do that, but I
Supplementing your
love
job.
Good. I'm fine
I
with
love that
that.
feeling of thinking, you know what, somebody's life and their family's lives are going to be better,
Yeah.
easier. They're going to be more stable. They're going to be better citizens. It's going to make for a better community. And I'm just, it makes me smile to think I might have had just a teeny tiny little part in that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Just a little part in just letting folks know, you have big dreams. That's great. I'm a dreamer. I'm a big time dreamer. Make those dreams come true. Make them a reality.
Heck
Make
yeah.
your family's life better by getting whatever training works best for you. If you're one of those people that loves tinkering on engines, man, that green diesel program is phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. And I know when you guys started, it was like the only one in the country, wasn't it?
It's
Or
not
one of the few in the country.
one of the few, and I believe it's one of the very few that is not privately run, and thus
Yeah.
very expensive.
I bet. Yeah. Those
Well, and we've
programs
got
are.
we've got welding
They're trying to make
programs
a
in
buck, man.
Caruthersville, and we're working on precision ag programs and advanced
I love that
manufacturing
too.
programs,
Yeah.
and all. I mean, it's just really there's something for everybody.
Yeah, and you just have to find the right match.
Yeah.
What it is that you really want to do, something that when you go to work every day, you don't get up and dread having to go to work and hate it the whole time you're
Yeah.
there, and all you're thinking about all day long is when it's going to be 5 o'clock, or that kind of a thing. Find the program that's the right match for you, and go for it. Go for it.
Absolutely.
And then as far as signing up, we have a couple different ways, or we have a really interesting way of how we do some things. instead of having you come in, look at some classes with just one person, then have to come over later at a different time and go to an orientation, have to sit through that for a while, and then have to schedule a tour if you want to come and see the campus. We kind of combine all those at the same time. We call it the Registration Rocks, and what you do is you can, after you sign up with your application online, your online application. It's free, by the way.
Yes.
For free.
Yep,
It's a free application
Won't cost you a
online. Completely free. Don't have to pay anything. It's a free application online. When you sign up with that, you can even scroll down. You can even scroll down and you can look, and there's a little portion where you can actually sign up for a Reg Rocks session. When you come in, we'll actually bring you in, everybody together. We'll teach you all the ins and outs of the technologies that we have at Three Rivers, the stuff that you'll use as a student, how to set up your classes, how all those will kind of line up with that, and how you'll have a good relationship with one of your faculty advisors, to where they'll actually come and help you out in later times with signing up for your later classes. So you do all that in one session, and then we'll bring you down and actually get you physically signed up for your classes. And then if you want to get a tour after that too, then you have the option of being able to go out with one of my student ambassadors and getting a tour.
Wow. So you can get your registration and all of that at one time. So then really your only big deal then is your financial aid application.
And we have financial aid that's right outside our Welcome Center. So we're literally 20 feet aside from where the Welcome Center is. So we have really close relationship with being able to fulfill everything you need right there. So that's really helpful for students to come out and be a part of that.
Excellent.
I mean, we actually intentionally and at some expense actually moved all of the departments involved in registration down into the same area of the same building.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
You know, you come in one end, you have the Welcome Center, you go down, you've got disability services if you need anything there, you've got the testing center right across the way, you've got financial aid, you've got, and then the business office for, if you actually need to pay us. So, but, to make it so that everything is right there, that the registrar is right there, that that you don't have to go running around like I remember doing when I signed up for my first set of classes of, oh my God, where's this? Okay, I run across campus over here, stand in line, do this, run across the other way. It's all right there.
Yeah, I remember that too. Wasn't a lot of fun, actually. That part wasn't.
I did it too. That wasn't that long ago, before all that happened. So
yeah.
And then when you're all done, you run down the hill to the college store and get your books, and you're on your way.
So to sign up for the registration rocks, do I just call ahead of time, or is there something online I need to fill out?
Yeah, you can do either or. We have ladies up at the front desk at the Welcome Center that if you give us a call, we can sign you up there. If you come over to the Welcome Center and you're actually on campus one day for some reason you want to sign up there, you can do that, or you can go online. And because since our application is online, you can fill out your application, and then you can go to the Red Rocks tab or a portion of it, and you can click on that and sign up for all those things right there too. And then even if you need to take a compass test, that's one of the tests that we require students to have so that we can place them in the different classes that they need to. You can even sign up to actually take a compass test as well too.
Online. Yeah.
Oh, so you can take the test online?
You can sign up.
Sign up online.
Oh,
gotcha. Okay, okay. Because I was thinking that they could cheat.
No, they have to come on campus.
I don't mean to insinuate anything, but
no, that is a concern, and that's why you actually have to come in.
Have to come in to do the test.
Take the compass test, but
pretty much everybody is required to do that.
Yes, either the compass or the ACT.
So if you haven't done the ACT, then
you're gonna have
you can
to
do the compass. Is compass easier? I'm not necessarily, but is it a shorter? Because ACT is a long test.
It's made by the same company, and the cool thing about the compass is that it's not a time test, whereas the ACT is timed.
Right.
And then the ACT is accepted at all 4-year university levels, and then community college as well. Compass test is for the community colleges, but it's free,
that makes
so
sense.
you don't have to pay anything for the compass, whereas you have to pay to take the ACT.
And it's not cheap.
No.
You start talking about you're going to be investing thousands of dollars in your education over 2 or 4 years. You got the expense of that, plus most schools charge you just to try to register, just to try to get in.
Yeah.
You have to pay a fee. That always killed me, because if they don't accept you, you're just out that money.
Oh, yeah.
Our application is free. I don't know if I said that, but I think I did already. But our application is free online. If you want to come, it's free, completely free. Woo!
I think we need to do a new commercial.
You can see why he gets along well with the high schoolers.
Right, exactly. And then you've got the
applications.
Then you've got the expense of the ACT,
Yeah.
which again is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So you've really spent a chunk of change just trying to get into school.
Yeah.
To me, not only is the community college road a great choice because of the fact that classes are like half the cost.
Yeah.
And half the size.
Half the size, better, more personal attention, more one-on-one with your instructor if you need it, that kind of a thing. But but then again, no charge to try to register. Not try, you just register. There's no cost for that. There's no cost for the compass. The classes are less expensive. The books are less expensive.
Yeah.
Easier to get scholarships because we have
Lots and lots of financial aid
scholarship form all
available.
in one place. Yeah.
Even if you are one of those people who's choosing a career path that requires the 4-year degree, why not do the first couple of years at TRC?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, you saved yourself a ton of money those first 2 years.
Yeah. And we talk so much about people who know exactly what they want to do or coming in for a 2 or 1 year degree. And for me, like my route, I had no idea really what I wanted to do. I changed my major
Right
5
out of
different
high-
times.
Oh, right out of high, I did the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought I was going to be one thing, and then I was going to do another thing, and then I kind of bounced around to another thing, and I'm like, I'm really just confused. I'm just kind of declaring majors. I have no idea what I'm doing. So for those who just have no clue whatsoever what they want to do, but they know they want to get an education, you can. I was a general education major. That's what I majored in at Three Rivers. That's what I got my degree in. My associate's degree in was general education, and that helped push me to the 4-year option.
Right.
And then I actually went towards my bachelor's degree after that. So you actually, if you have no idea what you want to do,
And
but you
let's
know
be
that you
honest,
need to
most
get an
high school
education.
students have no clue what
Yeah.
they really are going to end up doing in life. Statistics prove that.
Yeah.
Because the average college student changes their major 3 or 4 times through their college career. So why in the world would you spend a fortune
Yeah.
trying to get general education classes that are the same for any of those 4-year degrees, pretty
Yeah.
much? It just doesn't make sense, does it?
Or
Not in
feeling like you're
today's world.
forced.
Things have changed. You
Yeah.
know, schooling has changed, education. It just makes really good
Yeah.
common sense to not put yourself in a lot of debt for those first 2 years when
Yeah.
it's only general education classes you're taking anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then we also have the options of our different centers that we have. You don't just have to come to Poplar Bluff if you're from
Right.
different areas. You know, we have Sykes, a brand new location in Sykeston. that
Boy,
is-
it looks good, too,
It's opening up
guys.
in January. That's how it's brand spanking new. Like they're
Looking...
fixing every little thing on it right now and making sure that it's all squeaky clean so that whenever the students come in January that it's ready to go.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I mean,
I drove by the other day.
it's it's going to be big. There's going to be so much space. It's going to be, I mean, every bit of state-of-the-art classroom technology that we can pack into that thing. There's going to be science labs. There's going to be the whole 9 yards. And especially coming from the location that we have been in, which has served us very well.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a converted racquetball court.
Yeah.
And so, there's a little bit of that, it's a converted racquetball court. This is ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Built to our specs from the ground up. It's also, I mean, it's going to be such a great place for all of our students and all of our classes. It's got extra dedicated space for our nursing and allied health programs, for our LPN and LPN-RN bridge programs.
Yeah.
And it also is one of the safest buildings in Sykeston because it incorporates a FEMA safe room which can handle up to an F5 tornado.
Wow.
And we've had more
That's pretty
room as
cool.
far as land area to expand on that as well too. So it's not just a one-stop shop,
Right.
just that's the only building that's going to be there. We have room to be able to build more things around that area to make that campus even bigger.
I mean,
So-
it I think triples our overall capacity.
And
in-
gosh, what a convenient location.
and
Yeah,
right there,
right off the
it's
highway.
Right
you
off
know,
the
if
highway.
somebody's if somebody's going over from like Dexter and they're headed over there, they don't even have to get into Sykeston. It's going to save them a lot of time on the road
But
too.
you know, if you're in Dexter, we've got a center there too.
Yes,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool. So
yeah, but I figured there might be some things offered at
Well,
some of the locations.
and
that
that
may
is
not
true.
have
And we
others.
do have a lot of students that that go to multiple centers, that go to Poplar Bluff and to Dexter or to
Malden,
Kennett and
Kennett.
Malden, which makes our registrar have wonderful little headaches when it comes when it comes time to figure out who goes where. But yeah, there's Kennett, there's Malden, there's Sykeston, there's Dexter.
West Plains.
There's West Plains, which has some really good, especially for the technical courses. You can get plumbing and electrician and heating and air,
yeah.
HVAC kind of stuff over in Willow Springs. And Caruthersville's got the welding program.
Partnership in Cape.
And I believe it's called the Cape College Center now. Something they renamed it, and I know what it's called, but I can't remember right now. Where you can take classes from Mineral Area, from Three Rivers, and from SEMO all in the same place.
Oh, wow.
So it's
it's pretty awesome.
No matter where you are,
Cool, yeah.
no matter where you are in Southeast Missouri, we've got you covered. And and those are just the full service locations where you can register, get your books, everything. We teach classes in pretty much every high school in the region.
Man, I'd say it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot just since I took over KWSC.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because I remember the very first time you came in and we started talking about some of these things available, there was like half of the satellite locations that you got now. Probably less than half.
Yeah.
Most people were still coming to Poplar Bluff for their classes.
Yeah.
At that time, and that's just a few years ago.
I think what 5 years ago we were like 3,000 students, and now we're over 4,000. So
Moving on up.
He's just in that very jovial mood today, isn't he?
well, technically it's your day off, isn't it, Zach? You get to be silly.
Yeah,
It's the stash.
I'm always like this, though.
It's the stash.
It's very rare for me not to be peppy. Not Le Pew, but just peppy.
Well, we've been doing this little contest here at River Radio, the TRC and Me selfie contest. And we keep telling people, listen, if you're not a college student yet, if you're not a Three Rivers student yet, it's not too late to sign up for spring classes.
Deadline for
So-
sign up for spring is
The 9th
of
January.
January. So still plenty of time, really.
Well, though, do keep in mind that for the 2 weeks surrounding Christmas and New Year's, we are
It'll
closed
also be
for Christmas
closed.
break,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thankful for it.
They can still go online and
Yes, you can still
get their
get their-
registration
their
started and all that
registration,
kind of
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
online.
Like our free application, it's free. If you want to sign up, it's free.
Free.
It's free. It's
Free.
free. If it's free, it's for me, man.
freecollegeapplication.com. No, I don't know.
Let's not do that.
No.
So registration for spring semester, the deadline coming up the
January the
9th.
9th. Yes, ma'am.
But that does give you time to get your registration started, get that financial aid paperwork turned in, or I say paperwork because that's the way it used to be. Really, it's all online now.
For the most part,
But
yeah.
to get the process started,
Yeah.
to find out if you're going to qualify for some grants or scholarship money or whatever.
And we've extended our Welcome Center hours
Yep.
to make it even more convenient for people who need to get help
Okay.
and whatever. I believe it's
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Every night except for Friday night.
Okay.
So Monday through Thursday, we're open all the way until 7 o'clock at night.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great. People can get off work, swing by the college.
Definitely. Or even if you want to call the college and you
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
question,
That's great.
you can actually call after work instead of having to take a break real quick and be like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, we've talked about do all these things you can do online, but we haven't mentioned the website.
Yeah, that is true. www.trcc.edu.
There you go. If you want to try to look at some of those programs, like I say, maybe you're listening and you're just one of those folks who, it's not that you're unhappy with life or something like that, but you just want something a little better, a little more for your family, a little easier for you. Give this some serious consideration.
Or if you've got a high schooler who's about to graduate and doesn't know where they want to go,
Exactly.
throw them our way, and we'll show them what to do.
We'll catch them.
Again,
You throw them, we'll catch them.
statistically, even if they think they know what they want to do,
Yeah, they don't.
I was going to be a lawyer.
I was going to be an
pre-law.
actor.
Yeah,
Are
oh,
you kidding
really?
me?
And you ended up working at a college. It's close.
Public,
Close to acting.
public relations, prevarication, all that jazz. No.
So even if they think they know what they're going to do, just encourage them to be open and to consider, particularly if you're the one footing the bill.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly encourage them to consider getting those general education courses out of the way through Three Rivers rather than the whole full 4 years. Because here's the deal: you think it'll make a difference? It doesn't. On your resume, it looks exactly the same.
Yeah. They care that you have a degree.
Yeah, once you get that degree, they don't. Most employers really don't even care where you got it.
Yeah.
There's a few professions where that kind of makes a difference, but let's be honest, most of them doesn't matter where you went to college, and it doesn't show up on your transcript any differently.
Nope.
You got the classes. You passed the classes. That's what counts. So why in the world are we paying a premium for those first 2 years, even if you're considering a 4 or a 6 or an 8-year program? Why are you paying a premium for those first 2 years? It's exactly the same, guys. They transfer the Three Rivers classes, transfer to SEMO, transfer to wherever the kid's going to go later on.
Any university in any major university in Missouri and ASU.
So really, it's half the cost.
At least.
Like we said earlier, more personal attention.
Absolutely.
Maybe you've got a student in a small high school right now. This is a good transition period to that big college, that big university. Sometimes freshmen have a tough time fitting in. That's why the freshman dropout rate's so high, because they get in there and they weren't really equipped for the level of work that they're going to be doing, or they weren't really ready to go into this huge setting where all of a sudden they know nobody, and they're in a class with 150 people. If you're used to a
class of like 12.
12 to 20 kind of thing, that is a bit overwhelming, and it can really stifle their success at their education, and you don't want to. You want to do everything you can to help them be successful.
And one thing that I love about Three Rivers as well is that our instructors and the people who help advise the students, they have lots of connections in different areas as far as what school you need to go to if you're majoring in this. This is going to be your best bet as far as you're going to get the greatest education here after you're done with us, or this is the best place that employers look for, like those school-specific courses that you're going to have to be taking if you want to go in an area that you specifically have to go to a certain university or a certain college afterwards. They know all that information, and they make sure that you succeed in that. And they're not going to make you take a bunch of extra classes or anything like that you don't need while you're at Three Rivers. They want to make sure that you take the stuff that you need here, pick it up, and go somewhere else with it afterwards if you need to, or if it's a 2 or 1 year degree that after you're done with us, we pick you up and put you in the right job that you need to. So
exactly.
And we have bachelor's degree completion options in Poplar Bluff, and there's going to be some in Sykeston as well, that you don't even have to leave the region. You don't have to go even away to Cape or to Columbia or to Jonesboro. You can do it all right here. So,
well, there's another fortune saved right there.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, let's be honest. The cost of getting an education these days is
high.
Huge. Yeah, it's high, and just having the option of doing that more economically, so that when you do graduate, you're not starting life in the hole already. I mean, you're just giving your young person a much better shot at success all around, not just in their college career, but success after their college career as well. And,
absolutely.
And it's something that, something you should consider. Dave Ramsey's convinced me, let me tell you. He's a big fan of community colleges.
And the great thing about with our bachelor completion is that you can actually have a job during the day while you are going to school with the nightly programs. Like with me, in my bachelor completion class, school is only on Monday nights for 3 hours, and that's it. I can work throughout the rest of the day, during the days, all throughout the week, or I could do whatever I want on the weekend, or whatever I needed to do there. I only have class one night a week, and we go through each class for 5 weeks. And then after we're done with that class, we move on to another class for 5 weeks.
And we've actually been taking some cues from programs like that with our Evening Advantage program, which we've been tweaking and revamping. We launched it last semester and got some feedback from students, got some feedback from faculty and staff, and have been tweaking it. Previously, it required... it's designed to make it easier for working students, students with families, non-traditional students specifically.
Sure.
And the idea was that you could take 2 nights a week for 2 years and get your degree. What we found is that people actually wanted a little bit more flexibility as far as how many nights you could take, which classes you could take, not necessarily having to take them in a certain order, etc.
Right.
So what we've done is that we've revamped it. It doesn't require as much of an there's not as many barriers to entry anymore.
Yeah.
If you qualify if you have the prereqs for the classes in the program, which are basically all the basic general education courses, you can get into any one of them so long as there's space. You can take Monday or Thursday or both. If you take both and do it for the 2 of the 8-week sessions, you qualify for full financial aid. But even then, you can switch between 8-week sessions. You can take 2 days a week for 8 weeks for one of them. You can take one for the next one. You can switch it up. You can switch which classes you do. You can do them in whatever order you want, so long as you complete them. And it is so very much more convenient because it's flexible. You're only committing to 1 or 2 nights a week.
Right.
And that gets you everything you need.
And that's workable for most folks. You can have your full-time job during the day and take classes 1 night a week or 2 nights a week, and most people can handle that.
Yeah. And again, it's set up so that if you do that, 2 nights a week, for 2 years, take all the classes that are available for Evening Advantage, boom, you have an associate's degree in general education.
There you go. And from there, the sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
If you're ready to go on for that 4-year, if you're looking for an even longer education, maybe you got a young person in your life that wants to be a physician someday. Well, still yet, those first 2 years are the same anywhere.
Absolutely. And like I said,
It's the same.
That is the same kind of degree that we have articulation agreements. I mean, it transfers anywhere in the state and to ASU down in Jonesboro. And so, I mean, we're really excited about this new Evening Advantage program because
I can see why.
It's a little bit more flexible. You lose the cohort where you have the same people all the time, but at the same time, it makes it so that whatever you need to do to keep up with your life, with your family, with your job, you can work around that and still be working towards your degree 1 or 2 nights a week. And know that the classes will be there, and know that that you'll have what you need to get that degree.
Definitely.
And I'm still amazed that you can actually get an associate's in just 2 years, just 1 or 2 nights a week. That amazes me.
Yeah, you
That
have to do it
amazes
2
me.
nights a week. That is the kicker.
To get the 2 years.
You get 2 nights a week for 2 years. But
Even that, to me, is amazing.
Yeah.
Because I went to school 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And summers, and sometimes evenings, and all that, and still, I did graduate in 3.5 years instead of 4. So I did get out a little bit earlier, but still,
Well, I mean, you're still
amazing.
taking across a semester. You're still taking a 12 credit hour load. It's just that it's distributed differently than we usually do. Instead of having, 4 class, say, I don't know, like 2 class periods per class spread across, 16 weeks. It's 1 class period a class spread across 8 weeks. It's a little more condensed, and you're not doing them all at once. Yeah, which is nice, very nice.
Yeah, I kind of liked it when I did the condensed.
Oh yeah,
the
cohort
classes.
style.
Yeah, I
lets you
liked
focus.
That, Yeah,
it lets you focus on what
really
you're doing.
well.
So,
well, guys, I just absolutely love the idea that we've got people in our community who can, just step into and increase their education level, make their lives better. And like I say, once that happens, we as a community all benefit from that.
Oh, absolutely.
If somebody's making more money out there, people think that it's just them and their family that benefit. No, we all do.
Yeah.
Our tax level increases with people making more money, which benefits our community, and they make better citizens, and their kids make better citizens.
Well, and then
it changes a family.
I look at it like I got to, run around, take pictures at our latest mass casualty day that you've been to a couple of those, and we had another one a couple weeks back. And it's really providing services to even make our communities healthier, safer.
Exactly, yeah.
More protected, better, that if something was to happen, if the imagined fault was to go off, pick your poison of disaster.
Exactly. We've got a multitude of options for that.
Tornadoes and earthquakes, floods. Yes,
yeah,
we've got
lions and tigers and bears.
And
oh my!
ice and, yeah, we Southeast Missouri, we got it all.
Yeah.
So,
but we're working, so that the people are in place, even that if something
I
does
can
go
sleep
wrong.
a little better.
Yeah.
Just knowing that these people are trained and that they're ready to go if something happens.
And they are trained.
And
they work them hard.
Yeah, that's such a cool event each year too, because you're bringing together all these different areas of course options that you have, and kind of letting them work with each other a little bit, and it really is a very realistic simulation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's that you guys go above and beyond to make sure that they're getting a real taste of what it would be like. You know, that if something happened, we're going to be counting on you, kind of thing. So
we had
very
nursing.
cool.
We had nursing students down at the Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center handling patients as they came in. We had, we were working with all the different ambulance services to transport our so-called patients. We had the EMT and paramedic students who were handling it on site.
The
Everything.
law enforcement students, which I thought was really cool to bring them into it as well. So what was the simulation this year? This is the first year I haven't gotten to go out to it for in a while. So.
It was an earthquake, actually. That's one of the reasons why I mentioned.
Doggone, I wish I'd been there.
And
because that's my biggest fear.
and we had we had it
wow.
that they simulated that if part of the Chris building had fallen in. Let's hope that never actually happens, but it was.
But they're ready if it does.
Yeah, and it was
Wow,
chaotic,
that's
and it
cool.
was hectic, and it was stressful, and it was extremely good training. So we had the air evac folks. We actually blocked off part of Herschel Best Boulevard, and actually they landed on the road because that was all that they had space, and they took patients off, and they had 2 helicopters going at the same time, and it was amazing.
Wow.
So it was something.
Very cool. Yeah, if you ever get the chance to go check that out when they're doing that, just stand back from a distance and watch. Pretty cool. Pretty impressive. So
Pretty loud.
pretty loud, yeah. It does get a little crazy, doesn't it?
They start yelling.
Very
and
interesting.
It's interesting. but yeah.
Earthquake. Oh, man, I wish I'd been there for that. Yeah. Oh, well, guys, we just got a little bit of time left, and is there anything else that you want to make sure our listeners know about? They may be, like I say, listening, considering Three Rivers. They haven't made the decision yet, just been kind of mulling it around in their mind. What would you say to those folks to help them make the right choice for them and their family?
Come on in and talk to one of us in the office.
Doesn't hurt to talk.
No,
does it?
definitely not.
charge.
We're gonna shoot you straight, let you know exactly what's going to be required, what you need, and if you're kind of bouncing back and forth with a couple different ideas, we kind of tell you the more in-depth area of whatever you're trying to go towards. That way you have a little bit better knowledge as far as what areas pay a little bit better in this one, or maybe this one has more opportunity to travel if you want to travel, or either or. We kind of help you to where you can make a more conscious decision about what you want to do, and then we can also point you in the direction again of how to sign up for all the things, and we have everything lined up right there. We have a checklist online in case you do forget anything, to where you can look up a checklist of from start to finish, the stuff that you need from our free applications to everything else after that. So you can have lots of different options there to be able to help out. So yeah.
And I would say also, if you want to get a look at what, campus life is at Three Rivers, at some of what we get up to at Three Rivers, beyond just the academic side, visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/Three Rivers College. We have pictures. You get announcements of everything that's going on. Like the page, take a look at what we are and who we are and what we do, and then visit trcc.edu and get started and join us.
I like that. You can help folks figure out what they want to do and how to get there.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
And let's be real honest here. Those are probably 2 of the toughest decisions for anybody to make. What they want to do, where they want to end up, and how are they going to get there. And so to just have that little extra help making those choices,
Mm-hmm.
very, very beneficial.
Yeah.
And you can do it right here in town.
Absolutely.
That's the best part. I mean, really, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
that is the best part. You can make this happen, and you don't have to completely give up your current life to make it happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know, you don't have to leave your family. You don't have to quit your job. You can do it, and you can do it right here in Poplar Bluff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that easy.
I love it. Guys, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
As usual, for coming in and spending a little time with us.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one more second to give the phone number and the website address one more time.
Zach, you want to hit the phone number?
It is 573-840-9605, or you can call toll-free 877-879-8722.
Or you can go online at trcc.edu.
And if you want to see Zach's cool stash,
It's gonna be on the pewter.
that's it for Brittney on the Bluff for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on Today's Talk, KWOC, 9:30 a.m. and 93.3 FM.